Well, let's look at what is a good leader. And you probably, from what we just talked about, linearity does not make a good leadership. Typically, linear thinking does not carry the empathy required to sense the people that are led. So the other part about lateral thought processes, they're strategic, or they can be, as long as they're disciplined. So Boris was a very lateral man, but he had no linear discipline, so he was actually just untamed. And he required someone else to go and do his linear thought processes, when Dominic Cummings did that and hijacked the whole process. So, whereas if you look at Margaret Thatcher, she was a very lateral lady, and she was also a scientist. So she could do both. She could see a strategy and she could look at the details to execute it. So in answer to that question, I think we need a lateral leader who can manifest and understand strategic detail. Now, we've definitely got Farage, who is a very, very lateral individual who connects and understands politics. He has very good grasp of domestic needs, and I would argue they are traditionally the old conservative values of wealth generation, which are so desperately needed for us to get through what's coming along our way. The biggest issue and the biggest question is, can he build a group of people around him as a leader where he has equally, if not more capable people than himself in his cabinet, and he gives them a collective vision? That is the real obstacle that I don't think it'll stop them from being elected, by the way. I think they're going to be elected whatever happens. But more importantly, and I do think that Farage does actually underneath it serve the nation. He stepped away from power when he thought he'd complete his mission. He didn't hang on to it. Very unique for a politician. So I don't think you're looking at, yes, maybe slightly narcissistic in element. Most politicians are. He is in a small degree. But I don't think that is actually an issue, because I don't think he holds on to power in the way others have. That's a good sign. But he does need to mobilise really talented people to support him and create a grand strategy.